That was a little stress. Okay,
Now,
thank
where
you.
were we?
Okay, we were doing committee reports.
Tim was
and-
talking. Yeah, Tim.
Yeah.
Oh, I just said that today, this morning we went to Dryden with Bobby and Mark, myself, and we looked at the their communications hut,
Mhm.
which is very neatly stashed behind their highway barn. And then we also looked at the they have two long, what do you call these things,
Next,
next,
little.
basically, tractor.
They look like containers.
Tractor container.
Oh.
So I don't know if this came up last time, but we now have learned that we need to install one of those,
Oh. We didn't know.
very rapidly, like almost immediately.
What's in it?
It will be all of the equipment that will be used for installation
Yeah, drop
Okay,
cables.
so this is for the broadband.
for the broadband. And so this morning things went very smoothly. So we had talked about putting it over by the town barns. Dave initially wanted it to be over on Perkins Road, way far away, but that didn't seem practical.
That was a proposal.
Proposal. So what Bobby's currently proposing, and
I looked at it, it looks
You
great.
looked at
I
it today.
think it looks great.
So to put it where the tree chips are on that piece of land right on the other side of the creek.
Okay.
And that will also include, they're gonna have to store tons of huge spindles with cable wire. So ideally, they'll all fit over there. It's then gonna require that we get a boom lift to be able to reach in and take things out of semi trucks and bring them out. So we're gonna have to get one of those through Dryden Fiber. And ideally, Highway will be assisting us with all of this. So this all came up.
Yeah, it was a good meeting.
This week, kind of.
The boom lift is
It's called a low.
is renting it, or you're buying a piece of equipment that goes on a tractor?
No, it is it's a sole, so there are lifts that then have mechanical extenders that will go literally all the way into a truck, a semi truck, to be able to get underneath a pallet and bring it out and take it. These are pretty substantial lifts.
So we're gonna resell it after we're done, or?
It's kind of a fancy forklift.
Yeah, but it's very expensive.
Well, we're gonna try to get one used, which isn't that expensive comparatively, and then we'll just see. I mean, this could be
Bob said
used
they
for quite a number of years.
Needed a forklift anyway, so.
Oh,
Okay.
So. Yeah, I thought it was a good meeting, Tim, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Questions?
No. Jessica Tompkins County Transportation Council, everybody knows, has a new, Fernando's retired now. And Thomas, I'm not sure how to say his last name, Knipe?
Speak up just a little.
Sure, Thomas Knipe. I don't know
okay,
if I'm
it's
saying
silent.
is, the K is silent, I was wondering, Thomas Knipe, is now the head of the transportation, is the Tompkins County Transportation Council, he's the executive director, so he's really qualified, and we're all really happy to have him. So that was, I didn't get to the meeting this month as I was out of town, but looking forward to working with him.
Yeah, great, thank you. Anything else? All good, ag committee?
The only thing that's been worked on is there was some collaboration with the planning board about the agrivoltaics. Other than that, I think we tried to schedule a meeting, but I think that was what folks were considering. at the time on the ag committee, so I didn't get to participate at that point, but
Okay, thank you. Apple Festival's coming up, Brookendale. Right, at the 18th or
On the
something?
18th. Yep.
18th, great.
Oh, we should, everybody should know that the 27th of October
Oh, yeah,
is the planned date for the broadband groundbreaking. In the early afternoon.
and associated with that, I would like to get the newsletter out like next week or anyway, pretty soon, next week, so that we can have that in there, so people know about it. So it's gonna be a big deal.
The Trails Committee,
Can I just ask you a question about that?
Yeah.
Do we know who's gonna organize that, Mark?
Yes, Dave is organizing it. I met with him, Dave Bakar, the executive director of Dryden Fiber. So I met with him and Cassie Burns on Monday about that, so.
I mean, are we gonna need a tent or something like
Right,
that
right.
if for inclement weather? and-
Yeah, that's,
he would like some of us in Caroline to be involved, I think, in this,
yeah,
in the planning of this, so. There's gonna be, other elected officials invited at the state level. And press release is gonna be big. I think you can come.
yep, so there will be a tent. I told them we had chairs. We're probably gonna rent,
We have chairs,
we have tons of chairs,
tons of chairs, like folding chairs or.
yeah. More chairs than you can shake a stick at. And
These aren't.
yeah. And then we'll probably rent the tent. Cassie was gonna contact like Taylor Rental or something for renting the tent and the table. They'll set up and take down. I'm gonna get donuts from Speedsville and I'm gonna have something to drink.
Cider,
Yeah,
okay.
Still wondering.
yeah. No. Good
By
question.
early
What
afternoon.
about the ribbon cutting and the shovels and everything?
There's gonna be shovels.
Okay.
We're gonna buy the golden shovels. They cost several $1 million, so yeah.
By early afternoon, what time is that?
I believe
12:30, I
it's
think.
12:30, they're looking at 12:30 to 2:30, something like that.
It's
You know,
something like that. I
they're
can't
inviting the
remember
governor,
exact.
so some of it's. You know, if she doesn't come, decide whatever we want, so. We don't know.
What's that, Kate?
I said, we don't know if she's coming or not, if she's not coming. we
Oh,
can
the
just-
governor?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. So there will be,
not holding my breath, but.
yeah, so she is invited and we moved the date back a couple of weeks because their office suggested that, so
Mhm,
I'm
that's
a
true.
little bit optimistic.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's. a
and the
big-
governor's coming because it's a $7 million
Nine,
project, $9 million project. $11 million project.
right. $12 million project now.
Yes,
So just to clarify that, the 7 million is for Caroline, the 9 million is for Dryden and Caroline, and then it went up to 12. Just to
long-
explain where these numbers are coming from.
It's like the sentence.
So
It
they're
hasn't
all
been announced yet.
correct.
Has it been announced yet?
no,
Yeah,
It's still.
I didn't
under-
read them.
yeah, right, it's not official. So. The reason it's not official is because it needs to be approved at the state level. They've had one meeting, but
We're still waiting.
we. Yeah, we need to follow the process, so, yep.
Okay,
So yeah, at the next meeting, at the next town board meeting, I'll have all the information on that and, we'll reach out to you in the meantime. But I think, I mean, Dave and Cassie are doing most of the,
And Dave's gonna come to the next meeting, he said, right?
yeah, Dave's coming to this meeting.
Okay.
That'll be wonderful, so. Okay, great. Shall we move on to review of the budget of the first budget of the year, which is called the tentative budget? Um. Let's see. There we go. Yes, I did. Okay, good. So it's on the screen.
Behind you,
Did they get handouts?
you got a handout?
Did you?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did give them a handout. So, so the wage increase I put in was the estimate, I put in the 2.7%. Which is the estimated, this is supposed to be
Cost of living increase.
or the social security for next year. So I'll keep an eye on that between now and the time we adopt the budget. It may change a little bit. Or if I, yeah. So that's something to consider. Let's move over this way so we can see. So the salaries of elected officials are shown at upper right. That's at a 2.7% increase, which is 0.7% above the tax cap. Let's see. Then I'll go down and ask, let me know if you have questions. Under the court or the justices, they requested 6,500 for bailiff services.
Oh, justices.
They've expended through the end of August, 1682, projected through the year would be at that rate, 2,523. And for bailiff services, I took like one bailiff invoice and multiplied it by 12, and $3,000 would cover that. So
So
that's
it's like once a week,
once a month.
a month, right, sorry.
That's for bailiff services, yeah. So anyway, that's what I put in. I will let them know that. You can see that their salary requests were quite a bit higher than the 2.7%. But I have done comparative evaluation of salaries last year even, and made adjustments, and we've made a lot of adjustments over recent years. And I think it might, well, I'll finish, but I think we may want to do that again, just to be comprehensive. My lines, let's see, the contractual lines, just like buying stuff, I boosted it up a little bit because I've spent over the amount last year. So I put in a number that I thought would cover current year spending by a little bit. The town clerk's lines, I think Jesse had a proposal for $1,000 for equipment, so I put that in.
Back under you with the supervisor, what's the broadband PS?
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for that. So I forgot to, and it does need to be mentioned, so that's the personnel services, that's
Oh, okay.
basically we're paying, that's for Dryden Fiber broadband administrative personnel services. It's Dave Maycar and Amanda Anderson
Right.
working on the project. So that is per an intermunicipal agreement that we've drafted at a 3% increase for next year, starting at 40,000. So that's 41,200. So. And Dave will be here at the next meeting to try to give us a more in-depth understanding of the financial machinations of this whole project. It's quite something, so. So, yeah, so the clerk's lines, I think, are pretty straightforward. Legal, I basically budgeted for legal services for 20,000 for the town attorney and then 15,000 for the audit that I think we'll need to do for the broadband bond grant, bond monies. And then next year we will be doing, it's the year, at the end of next year, the collective bargaining agreement with the highway unit expires, so we will be negotiating. So I put in some $4,000 for those legal services for that. That's just a periodic thing every few years. Engineering, same as last year, 10,000. Records management is trivial. Public information, we boosted that to match this year's expenditures. So that's increased a bit because of the newsletters and webmaster fees. Let's see, town hall stuff is nothing has changed there too much. So this is cleaning and maintenance of the town hall equipment, general purchasing for the town hall, internet support, which we get once a month. I kept that level at 15,000.
What's the 20,000?
The 20,000,
Contractual general.
that's just a lot of different things that are
Okay.
things. Do you remember what the bulk of that is, Jesse, for the contractual?
What's the line, what's the account number?
1620.40.
So that's the town hall, so that's supplies,
Yeah,
town hall supplies.
yeah. So think, yeah, paper,
Yeah, copy paper, binders, folders, all that kind of stuff for all of our offices.
yeah. So you can see through August, we spent $11,779, so a little over halfway through the year, yeah, so. So the town hall line, the normal town hall capital reserve line has been subsumed by the old town hall restoration line. I used that for that. And I budgeted the total amount of expenditures for the grant that we have from Historic Parks and Recreation. So that's a 50-50 match. We contribute 375,000 and the state contributes 375,000. So total expenditures, that's what this line is. Expenditures is 750,000. So there's a revenue line that you'll see in a bit that's half that amount, 375,000. So this is to account for $375,000 of needed town monies.
2,400% increase.
Yeah, yes, of course, because it's a grant we got. Yeah. The highway barn capital reserve is
Just to clarify, we also have our town hall restoration reserve that we put 30,000 in a year, right?
yes.
So how does that figure into this on the budget line? I just don't see it.
So that's a good question. So that is.
So it's a good chunk of change.
So there is like $124,000 in that account now. So,
Just trying to find it on the budget.
So are we putting money into that this
So
year
there-
as well, even though we're spending out of the?
the reserve account's separate from the budget, right? So,
Right.
So I see yeah, so, wait, under the reserve is at the 65,000?
that's the expenditure account for the year. That's the highway barn.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
highway barn reserve. And if we don't expend it at the end of the year, then we put it in reserve.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's something we accumulate every year. Same thing here. Except this year we have that grant, so.
So the idea would be to not spend that reserve. In other words, what I'm trying to figure out is we have to pay 50% of the grant.
Right,
Are we using the reserve towards that 50%?
Yeah, no, I'm thinking we should,
I
And
don't,
that's not, I don't think that's in the budget, right?
right? I think we should. So,
It's really gonna skew things,
in what way?
probably positive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We like positive. I mean, it might be lower once we finish paying out the engineering fees. Anyway.
yeah, I mean, we could do it.
Maybe keep it as a reserve, because we're probably gonna go over,
Yeah,
is my guess.
maybe we do, and this is cleaner, or just leave it like this. I kind of think we do.
Just
But just to keep it in mind.
Yeah.
And I did keep that in mind when I calculated available fund balance, so which I'll cover later. So, but that's good point. Let's see, I did print and mail, right? No, I didn't. Yeah. Yeah, print and mail is up 11% also because of. Did I? Yeah.
No, you haven't started that one yet.
I hadn't started on it, right? So yeah, it's up a little bit. And that's because of mailings with newsletters and things. Insurance, a standard 6% increase, just to cover the bases.
What number are we at?
Number what?
The number. The line number, what line number are we at? A blah, 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 blah. I'm just trying to find out where we are.
How about, can you see the
No, just.
row number or?
Yeah, is it this, in other words, it's not A 1989, what number is it?
Oh, that,
Is it 1910?
That's what I'm asking. Okay.
oh, yeah,
The 1910 for?
Unallocated insurance?
I'm just trying to find where we are on the sheet.
oh, we are on row 78, special items.
Okay,
is
I
it
know,
A
I think it's
19.4?
just, yeah, I just
Here you
on
go.
my printout,
Oh, I
I
see.
don't have a row, so thank you.
Got it?
I'm looking it up. Computer.
Yep, sorry about that. So
Are you coming back to the,
whatever you want.
it's not a line, but you have the 500% right under non-union employees?
Oh,
So I
The
think
total there?
that's the total for the town hall, and that's because of the 750,000 for all of that.
Okay,
It's just making that number.
Wait.
weird.
I think it's the way it's split up on your
Yeah.
printout.
are
Okay,
you talking about the 864,270?
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's, oh, okay, so that's the total for.
That's just the total for all those lines.
Page
Okay.
before,
For
867, 70.
The 1620.
All this
line,
stuff.
All
Yeah.
those, under town hall, everything under town hall.
okay.
right, but I'm just curious, what is that COLA non-union employees about?
That is a carryover. So what I did when I printed this PDF, I had the printer, repeat the top 4 lines so that you knew what the columns were labeled.
Hmm,
And up there, I also have, like, the 5th line says, that's what the wage increase is. That's 1.027.
at the very top, yeah,
At the
yeah,
very
yeah.
top. So
I
that you
see.
just, if you multiply by 1.027, that's a 2.7% increase. So that's all
I
that
see,
is.
just carried over,
Yeah,
okay.
it's just carried over on every page.
Carried on the-
So yeah, sorry for that.
Got it. Sorry, now where were we?
I thought we
Um,
were, wait, we were under the unallocated insurance, right?
Yeah,
yeah, and that's just our insurance and
Okay,
so. Increased it by 6% at their recommendation. Yeah, and I thought somebody was asking about that other government support. So I think for 1 year, we were using that instead of A 1990 for contingency, so. Anyway, I'll have to ask Velvet about that, if we could just get rid of it, or if he wants to use that instead of contingency, but, contingency is just 25,000 we put in there if we need it in another line. You can't spend it, you have to move it to another line, that's the only thing you can do with it. So, you're spending it, but you can't, can't spend directly from it, so. Okay, traffic control, no change there. Dog control, that's the same. So safety inspection, Bob Ray is going to 4 days a week.
Right.
So that's creating a 37% increase. So if he works 4 days a week throughout the year, that'll come out to 76,902. And support of highways, 2.7%, so. I do want to, so Bob let me know that he intended for me to budget for clerical help, so I will propose that we do that. So at the 25 adopted budget was 16,105. So I think maybe I would propose that we put that in. Well, I don't know if this is the tentative budget I made and am presenting to you, so that's probably a change we should make going forward. So, but just a note, that was a misunderstanding, so.
so right now it's 0, so you're gonna add.
Yep, now it's 0 because there's no clerical support there right now. So. And I guess I mentioned earlier that I'm inclined towards doing in addition to what just the cost of living increase, that doing a comparative look that I've done before at each of the elected officials' salary lines and others for going forward. So
there could be some adjustments.
so we can make adjustments if needed, if we feel like it's warranted. And I did talk to Bob today, and he let me know that he felt like his number was low. So, I think that's, I want to talk to him and see what his concerns are and look more carefully at it. So. All these are boring, no changes. If it says 0%, it's just what we did last year. Economic assistance, we provide $3,000 a year to the food pantry, $250 to the Ithaca Area Economic Development Group. Youth services, that number is based on the budget asks I got from both the Joint Youth Commission and the Rec Partnership. for next year. So we are members of both of those.
Under personal services.
Personnel services. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can ignore that line.
Okay. 'Cause-
I just leave it at 0. That's a pass through for the Brookendale summer camp payroll.
okay,
So it's gonna be like $30,000 to $40,000 for the payroll, and I just wait till we get that, and then I put the right number in and make a budget adjustment during the year.
okay,
So there's 2 lines. There's an expenditure line, and then there's a revenue line, and they're the same, so they balance out. So they just send us a check and we pay them after we pay the payroll, so it works out. Library is the same as always, 2,000 a year,
and is that just for supplies?
mostly books.
Oh, for buying books, okay.
Yeah, she buys books like every month, I'd say. That's Gail Moran
Yeah.
typically, so. And then a whole bunch of people leave books at the front steps too.
Yep,
So,
dropped them off many times.
yeah. Do you guys use the reading room at the Caroline Library here?
No, I pointed it out to them when we pulled in, I was like, oh, and they're clearly delivering.
The historian lines,
So that's why I was confused, under personal services, it's the 16,
yeah,
is that for the
So-
historian?
yeah, Barb is 7510.1. And Jen is 7510.102.
All right, okay, got that,
Yeah.
and then. So the equipment, so what's the equipment for? 550,
I didn't bring the folder. I can't remember I don't know if you told me what that was. I don't think it was specific. I combined, she'd given me like historical room, contractual and equipment, and divided up between those 2 things. I just put it was 700 and 800, and I just put it in one line as 1,500. And it was listed as 800 for office and preservation supplies, 700 for reusable display and preservation items.
I don't know what that is.
So you want to ask her at some point? or-
Yeah, I mean, so it's not the amount of money, it's just that now, like, every time they're buying preservation supplies, they're adding weight. Right, they keep buying file folders, they're adding weight to the upstairs, and so I'm just wondering. How much do they really need these file folders?
Is it a lot of weight though?
Well, that last order was 200 pounds.
That was mostly a steel giant tabletop cutter.
Oh.
That was
okay.
what a lot of that weight was.
Where's that being stored? Is it up there or is it over there? It's up there, okay.
Okay,
They have a work area back there that you can see the stuff if you want. But, yeah. So anyway, it could be a conversation for
yeah,
whenever
I'm
you
just
see
curious about,
folks again. But yeah, I just thought I'd bring it to attention so everybody's
yeah,
aware. Seniors program for aging, 988, they usually spend about half that amount for Christmas dinner. I put in 10,000 for planning. I don't know if we'll need that, and I don't anticipate. But I think it's good to have something on hand if we need it, so. Conservation contractual for 4,541, so that's the Community Science Institute and the Cayuga Lake intermunicipal organization, so.
So the contractual planning, the tentative budget has 10,000 in it. We had that last year as well, but we didn't use it all. So does that roll over into?
It goes into the fund balance.
It goes into the fund
Yeah,
balance.
any unspent
Okay.
money goes into the fund balance.
Okay,
So,
I got it.
and that will be,
Further down.
and
I'll see it soon.
we're gonna do
Yeah.
that in a minute when we
Right.
get to the end of this, like,
Yep.
then we roll it back to
Mhm.
offset the levy. So
Okay,
that, if we don't spend it, it goes back, to the taxpayers, basically. So, cemetery mowing, that's 2,000, I put in 10,000 for the rec trail. And broadband, I don't think we need anything. The grant fee will be paid this year. One thing I did not put in here explicitly was the $160,000 interest payment for the bond for the broadband. But that will be covered by the grant. So we will spend it, we will pay we'll pay the interest, but then the grant will reimburse us later. So there'll be an expenditure line and a revenue line, and it should be 100%, so.
Is the expenditure line in the budget?
No, I didn't put either in. So it would be a budget adjustment. But maybe it's a good idea to put it in. We could do that. Yeah. Didn't do that. Just so that we're aware of it.
I kind of think so, we're aware of it. It's-
Yes, I just don't.
So there's a clear record. Yeah.
I don't know if it'll screw things up, about screw things up.
No, it won't do anything. It'll be
But I
fine.
think we should list it.
Yeah, that's great. We will do that. That's great. I had meant to do this before the tentative budget was complete, but medical insurance premiums are going up 18% for our employees for next year. That's with the health consortium. If you get your insurance independently with Excelis, it's going up like more than 19%. So you're still doing better with the consortium. This is a correction year because claims have outpaced revenues. So, but the consortium has significantly lower premiums than other options. So but at any rate, this is a straight 18% increase over last year's numbers. So for our next iteration, I'm gonna pencil in. I have a spreadsheet for all the employees so I can make sure that nothing's changed that would change this number. So, and I also need to do that for the HRA fund. So, well, that shouldn't be a big change. Any questions? So that gets us through the general fund, the A fund. That's the other thing I didn't explain at the beginning. So the town monies are divided up into the A fund, which is like the general fund that pays for most town stuff except highway. Highway has its own fund, which is called the DA fund. And then there's a streetlight fund. And there's an SF, a fire protection fund. So those are the 4 fund pots that we have. So we just went through the expenditures of the first one, the general fund, A fund. Shall we move on? So now, here are the revenues for the A fund. I am not there yet. Here it jumped back. Okay. So nothing's really changed. We get a payment in lieu of taxes from Fountain Manor. That's the 2,200. Yeah, interest on and penalties on property taxes. Relatively small number. Franchise fees from the cable franchises. And then a bunch of fees that Jesse collects throughout the year. Dog surplus, safety inspection fees. $21.89 is the fire company.
Mark, let me just ask a question about the franchise fees.
Yeah,
Would we expect that to change this is just for curiosity. We expect that to change once we've instituted Dryden Fiber.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm wondering what our contract says about competition and stuff.
I don't know. We can ask Dave that question, but I kind of think that,
Probably irrelevant, but.
that's what I think. I think it doesn't apply to just private
Occurred to me.
internet service. I think it doesn't apply. So,
How does it not apply?
what's that?
Are you asking like, should the broadband number change when we switch over to Dryden Fiber? At some point in the next
He's
year?
asking if there's gonna be a franchise fee associated with Dryden Fiber.
No, I'm asking if there would be a franchise fee adjustment
Because of,
because of Dryden Fiber.
oh, I don't think so.
Probably not. I just was wondering.
Well, that's a, That's interesting. I mean, there could be indirectly. Because I do think we get a franchise fee from Hayfleet Connect. So that's interesting.
Yeah, there's several. There's Time Warner Cable, Charter Communications, just off the top of my head.
Yeah,
And then I think this, Frontier. Those are the ones I think of the top of my head that I collect through taxes. And then
great.
payments get made directly to the county for like the state lands and there's New York State taxable things too, but I don't think the town gets that portion of it. I think that gets paid directly to the county.
Great, thanks, Jesse.
Thanks.
Okay, I hate to back up. So where is?
Oh, I hate to back up too.
I really do. So where are we paying for our current broadband? Town hall services somewhere? Contractual IT support,
What?
where do we pay for Spectrum? Right
It's-
now
it's-
in the budget here, the town hall.
It's town hall A1620.4. That's 0.41, right, Jesse?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
I think it is.
So wait, where is this?
I'm not thinking of
Are you advancing it? Yeah, I can't find it.
It's under town hall on the first
A16.
page.
It's on the first page.
Yeah.
I went back to expenditures. Wait,
I'm not
are you-
going back there.
You're not going back?
I'm not
Okay,
going
that's fine.
there.
I think that's really a good policy.
Nope.
So why do you ask?
It's 0.41, Mark.
Yeah, thanks, Jesse.
Oh, it's just, I'm hoping it'll go down. I'm hoping I'll still go down. Okay,
Okay,
we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right.
yeah. Okay, so let's see, where were we?
Starting DA.
Were we starting to?
Was I was going through the A
No.
revenues.
Revenue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, any questions? So there's dog licenses, building permits. Fines, that, yeah.
I'm at the fire at this point,
A fire?
A2189.
I'm not down there yet, but are we down there?
Oh, yeah.
Done highway.
Oh, yeah, so that's workers' comp for the fire company. So we,
Licenses, all right, miscellaneous, have you done it?
Yes.
Okay, state aid,
what is your code number? Which one? Oh, you're down at state aid, that's great.
is that where we're supposed to be?
No,
Sure. Oh, where are you, Jonathan?
well, if you're skipping all those zeros, sure, we can go there.
Yeah, I am skipping them all, but if you
Great.
have questions about any,
No.
because they
That's,
are
you know,
marriage
they-
transcripts, they're
We
very,
can stay here all night.
they're minor things, so if you have a question about one, please ask.
And we can always visit you in your office and ask.
Per capita,
I'm
that's,
thinking about this.
per capita is what used to be called aid to municipalities, that's state aid, and that's prescribed. Mortgage tax, that's a conservative number. But to date, we've gotten 23,000, I budgeted 30, who knows, so sometimes it goes well beyond that, sometimes not. But you wanna be conservative when you're budgeting revenue, because if you don't get the revenue, you're then in trouble. State aid, ARPA is on there, I'm gonna take that off, we're done with that. We spent that all on the broadband project to date. So I'll talk to Velvet about that, I didn't mean that to be in there. Then here's the town hall restoration,
Mhm.
375, A3097. Yeah, and then this youth programs here. That's basically the check we get from the community center to pay for the camp fees, and so. I leave it at 0 when we get the check. I make the budget adjustment and say, here's the number, and so. I think that's cleaner than having some imaginary number and then changing it. I'd just rather have 0 and go to the real number. So, because it's always matched. It's always matched by an exactly same expenditure number, so it's. Those are the lines I really like, you know, they don't really affect the budget. So now we're through with the A fund, we got through the revenues, now we're going to highway, is everybody good with that? I hear quietness.
Yeah.
General road
I
repairs.
hope it's not sleep.
Go, go,
Okay.
go.
Okay, so general road repairs, the numbers Bob gave me are in the purple column, and I matched those. Again, the DA 5112.2 line, that's matched by an exactly same revenue line because it's a compensation from the state for repair of roads. So we get in the town for anything we do, we have to spend the money first and then we get reimbursed. So it's just absolutely, that's a constant. You always have to spend the money first. You don't get the money and then get to spend it, which makes sense. They want to make sure they're paying, they're getting what they pay for. So these are the various functions of the highway department divided into general road repairs, road capital improvements, which is where the FIPS money is, machinery, miscellaneous, and snow removal. And you can see the snow removal numbers per person. Any of these long boring numbers with a 0.1 or a 0.1 anything, those are for paying people for wages. Those are personnel. For what?
Labor costs.
Labor costs, yeah. So that's what that means, that you're paying for someone hours to remove snow, $116,514, so.
Somebody's gotta do it.
Yeah. Right. And then mine salt, stuff like that, that goes under, those are contractual purchases. So those are 0.4 lines, always. So that's the DA 5142.4. And you see, we've already spent $122,000 on probably mostly salt. Any questions about those highway expenditure lines? Seem pretty straightforward. Again, I did put,
These are the numbers that he gave you for the salt too. Bobby gave you these numbers.
the numbers he gave me. I transferred the same numbers. The one number he gave me was for the contractual side,
Okay.
180.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
And you can see I used the same percentage increase for the not union employees, which are the highway guys, so that's 2.7% increase,
Which is higher than the contract, just.
which is higher
everybody
than the
Remembers.
union contract.
Well, last year, I remember we had that conversation
Yeah,
and we're carrying it over again.
I thought it made sense, so just so you know, but if you want to discuss it, that's fine, but.
I remember there was an inflation conversation, are we in the same inflationary situation this year?
It's, well, inflation is still above 2% for sure. And it's been high for a while now, since that spike, and it's still high.
What was the percentage we ended up deciding on last year?
3.
3,
I think so.
okay. And there had been an 8% inflation or something that we were trying to catch
Yeah.
up with, so this is a slow catch up, I guess, but I didn't think we were doing that. I thought it was gonna be a one-time thing at 3, then we're gonna go back to
It was non-precedent setting, but
and then we're going to renegotiate the contract
that's
with the unions.
Yeah.
I thought that was what was gonna
That's
happen.
happening this year,
the negotiations will be next year. The next contract will start
2026.
in 2027.
Oh,
Negotiations happened the last year of the current contract, then we get a new contract in 27.
I'd like to think about the 2.7 idea, whether we're doing that or not, but. let's-
I think that it's a very good idea.
Mhm.
I think it is
I
a
just-
very minor gesture to the highway crew for
It's
the
0.7%,
work that's been
it's not
done.
that
They've
big.
made some strong contributions to the town.
It's more
And
than,
it's just a gesture on our behalf. It's not gonna really impact contract
Mhm.
negotiations.
Yeah.
And
So
it's, again, it's understood to be a one-time thing,
Yeah.
open to renegotiation
It
amongst
is.
us next year.
It is.
okay, because
I still feel the same way, that it should not be expected it's a precedent. And I think
Mhm.
it will be a proposal in some manner that I put on the table for the next contract. But
I'm just trying to understand why we made. I thought we were very clear that it was just a one-time thing, and I'm trying to remember
Well, it
why.
was for that time, and now we're doing another time. I mean, I just
It's a
think,
two-time thing, which
I-
I'm not like against it, I'm just trying to understand. A kind of a shift in thought, but. I mean, it's a 0.7% change, and you're right, it's a good.
I agree with you, it's the principle, so I think in principle. I mean, we make those adjustments
Mhm.
for what they're called cost of living. So it applies to us, it applies to everyone. That's basically what it comes down to, in my opinion. That's not, it's interesting
It's
because,
not what the contract says.
but the contract came out of the era way before now, where inflation was often below 2%.
Right,
And so,
so some years they actually increased more than inflation. Then there were a number of years where.
That's right.
Correct.
The quote
That's
was
correct.
0.
Right, so if you're just sticking with flat 2, because inflation went up, you
Yeah.
know. If you go up by 8%, somebody's gotta pay that.
Okay. This is what we talked, yeah, so that's.
are people comfortable with
I'm
that?
ready to move on. I don't know about.
I'm ready to move on, I'm gonna think about it. but,
Okay.
yeah,
So to be
we're gonna-
continued.
To be continued.
Okay.
Like
I guess I
from
thought if
last
it made
year.
sense last year. Given that inflation's where it is now,
Mhm.
you know, cost of living, that
I
makes sense.
recommended it. I would liaison. I just thought it was a
Mhm.
reasonable thing to do under the circumstances. And
Yeah,
also
I just
just a gesture of goodwill
Mhm.
towards the future.
although, just to clarify, I'm pretty sure there was something in writing that we did.
That's true.
We should just do that again, to
Yeah.
not set a precedent.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I agree.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think that's a good reminder. Great, okay. Thank you for that discussion. Yep. So I'm moving right along. Again, I just did an 18% increase in current year's health insurance premiums to cover next year. I will fine tune that if need be. DA 2300 is money we get from the county for plowing county roads. And so yeah. We've gotten considerably more than that this year. We budgeted 60,000 last year. In 24, we got 55,000, so again, I budgeted conservatively, kept it at 60,000.
So that's interesting. So that will mean
Hmm.
this year, that'll be a $45,000
With that,
surplus. I'm just thinking surplus numbers, where the surplus is coming from. So that's 45,000 of it.
oh, that's true, that's true.
Just as we start thinking about
Well,
how we got this
right,
surplus,
how-
that's
how-
45
yeah,
right
that-
there.
That's one place, yeah, that's a place, that's good. Good thought, yeah.
So you get to keep it even if you don't spend it? The state
Yeah,
money? Huh,
it's county, it comes from the county, it's a shared
county, right.
service, local shared service.
The payment for
So
expenditures.
we actually, did that
What
work
is
and
it?
stuff. It's just that we budgeted lower,
DA 2300,
DA 2300, yeah,
okay.
snow and ice, we call
So
it.
what's the 105, 412? Can't see the heading for that.
105. Oh, that's what that revenue account line has earned this year, 105,000
Okay,
in that service. One reason it could be high is the service that was done at the end of 24, folded over into 25, so there's fuzziness because of that.
Hmm.
So yeah, in the long run, it comes out. So let's see, oh, yeah, so go up here to DA 5110. Oh my gosh, what did it do? Wait, I hate that jumping around, what's it doing? To make people car sick.
I'm looking at my paper one here.
yeah, I'm looking at my.
Oh, okay, so here's
So road repair.
DA 5110.42, that's the state grant for the 2 culvert projects. So that grant is for an award from the state for 359,148, but we pay 25%, so increase it by that amount for total expenditures. So that's the 449 number. And so then down here in the revenues, and I blasted by it again. There it is. That's the revenue line, DA 3089. And
Okay.
yeah, and then here's the CHIPS number just below it,
Right.
422. So that's highway expenditures and revenue.
Net CHIPS number is also significantly higher than what we budgeted, right? Oh, I see.
Well, that's what-
Never mind.
You mean what we budgeted last time?
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to see if there's also surplus there, but I don't see it. Never mind.
And honestly, it doesn't even matter what that
Yeah,
number is,
yeah.
because it's the same in both
Right,
the revenue,
right,
and, you just
right.
adjust it at the
Right.
time, so that's the number Bob told me to put in, so I did. That's how much money he thinks we're eligible for next
Right.
year, so that's what he's planning to spend.
So okay, under the property tax items,
What that?
I was just wondering where that number comes from.
It's a total of,
What?
oh, that's weird,
Yeah,
property tax, oh, that's because, where are you? You're up at the, oh, you're up at the top of
What
the
number?
DA. He's at the first DA revenue line. So, which column is that in, Kate? It's I column or
I
no?
don't have the columns on.
Is it property tax items?
Yes,
So is it DA 2300? Is that what you're talking about?
So you got the DA 2300 and then you go down 2, right? And it's got a total, and I'm wondering where that total is coming from.
yeah, that's,
Because I go over.
Yeah,
to
it's not right, is it?
60,000. There's a mistake there.
Well, the total I'm not looking at the thing you're talking about, the DA 2300 and the DA 2397 together come out to be the 8495.
Yeah, that was correct.
Yeah, what's the other one?
But the next one over,
The next one over is the sum of D 315 to 319, so that's messed up. That's messed up. It doesn't affect anything, but
okay,
that's not in our. But yeah, I don't like it.
okay.
But yeah, I will fix that. I will fix that.
Mark fixes,
Yeah, I think that was just,
okay,
I grabbed the wrong cells or something.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oops, no, I messed that one up. But
Because all the other totals there are just the 2 lines above, right, so. And that one is grabbing something else.
Or is it the undo button?
anyway, I'll fix it. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'll fix it later. Okay, so I'm gonna go down here. I got the Speedsville budget request today. That was 70,000, so I put that in. I budgeted Brookendale at a 2% increase. And the Speedsville workers comp payment, we buy their workers comp, so that's what that is. Streetlights, $7,000 for streetlights based on expenditures this year. That's mostly for maintenance. Okay. So let's see, what's it make sense to do? I think what I'll do is first go down to this bottom, the final spreadsheet cells that show the tax items and how things are coming out. So yeah, that's right. So for in the left-hand column, it says town tax items. For the general fund, appropriations are,
Wait, so where's that?
it's yeah,
It's below.
farther down. Wait, yeah, even further down. Yeah, that thing.
Okay.
I'm starting here.
Yep,
So, okay, get this column over here for people watching. Okay. Oh, it's jumping. Stop jumping. Okay, not gonna do anything when I get here. Isn't that crazy?
I think it's already up there, you're just doubling it.
I'm doing, so,
This is a-
so,
So it says town of Caroline,
okay, so if I just leave it alone.
Yeah, call it A, B, C, D, it should.
Yeah,
be
you're right, okay. So the general fund appropriations, 1.663754, revenues, 526,000. And then under this scenario, to attempt to stay under the tax cap, I'm applying $416,000 to offset the levy. So that leaves 721,643 to raise.
Which is different from the numbers that we have here, right?
It's what?
A little bit different.
Yeah, I think that column you messed up might have changed
I think
things.
maybe so. Anyway,
Do you wanna see mine?
what a pain.
Ours says four
Which column?
400,000
Oh,
for the fund balance.
unexpended, then to
oh,
raise is
no, that's right.
737.
No, I changed that intentionally. This is you have the right one here. So I changed it and I thought, yeah, I meant to pull up that one. So Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, anyway, okay, so I'm gonna change this to match what you have. So thank you. Yeah. And I changed this from what I went over with you, Jesse. I made this, so I'm gonna make it 400,000 even. But we'll probably want to change it back because we're adding, actually, I'm gonna leave it because that's almost the exact number for the highway clerk line. So, do you see what I'm saying? So we're gonna add 16,000 for the highway clerk line.
Okay.
And then, so that's gonna consume this 16,802 that we're under the tax cap. It'll put us right back to the tax cap. So I am gonna leave it at 416. Does that make sense? People-
Okay, but that's
Yeah,
not,
this
yeah,
is not what we have.
that's not
I
what I know.
know, because I hadn't made that mental adjustment
Okay.
when I said this to you. So I said it to you this way, and then I saw we were 16,000 under, so I said, oh, I'll take it off, and now I wanna put it back on.
Okay.
So sorry about that. But I'm glad you called that out so that everybody's aware of it. For highway, same thing, 2.387 million appropriations, 861,000 revenues. Apply 341,000 in unexpended fund balance. Leaving 1.185 million to raise. So the total to raise is 1.906,712 million.
So where's, I don't see any of this, where's,
Say what?
Public services,
you're under,
town tax.
oh, it's, wait,
Yeah, I'm reading from left to right there.
Okay.
So
so I'm, last time we were around
just right
here,
up here.
oh, to here. Is that it? To raise 1,900?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right,
And TAV is the total assessed value of the town. So it says everything in town is worth.
Okay.
And then we take the amount of money we want and we divide it amongst all of that, and that gives you your tax rate. So it's scaled per $1,000 of assessed value. So that's what the next column is the total assessed value, which is actually, I put a decimal there because of that per thousand. It's a shorthand for doing that multiplication early. So it's actually the total assessed value of the town for general and highway is $390 million, $296,949. So if you want to put a number on it, that's what it is. And that comes out to a tax rate of 4.885286, which, yes, when we report to assessment, we have to report all the way to the 6th decimal place so that they get an exact number in there. And so last year, the tax rate was 6.4331. So that's a significant decrease of seems like more than 1.31%. That's what my calculation shows. Oh, no, that's the total assessed value. Yeah, it's a minus 24% in increase in the tax rate.
And why is that? Because we're spending less?
No, it's because the total assessed value goes up from year to year significantly. So, and that's shown here. So this year's TAV, I'll call it, is 390 million something.
Mm-hmm.
Last year it was 385 million. So that's why.
And who determines that?
This assessment department.
The county.
Yeah, the county assessment department. And we are really lucky because we're one of the few counties that has a county assessment department. In other towns, each town has to hire an assessor, assess all their properties. And then they have to equalize them. That's why you get an equalization rate. It's a big, I'm so glad that we don't have to do that.
And so they're assessing every private land and house and building and business.
Yeah, everything. your hairs on your head, everything.
So did that,
It was just reassessed last year, I think it was.
Well, they do it in kind of a, actually, I was told they're not doing any this year. But yeah, they do it in stages and then some years it's more than others, but yeah, a lot of people got assessed last year.
the one thing I'm curious about, does that mean that there's literally more value somehow in our town since the last time I did it, in terms of like more expensive buildings or more housing?
So
What's
there's
the
two,
factor?
there's two things. That's physical. So there's two things that contribute to the increase. The physical changes,
Like more subdivisions with houses on them?
yeah, or more, whatever, more convenience stores or
More restorations
Yeah.
and more.
Yeah.
Building
More
permits,
windmills.
based on building permits.
More what?
You know,
Or the other part that contributes to it, and I asked, I was talking to one of Kathy that works in assessment the other day, and I said, can we get it partitioned out? How much of the assessment increase is the physical and how much is just basically assessment change based on inflation or what they do it by comparables. They have
like market
comparables.
changes.
Right.
Yeah.
Changes.
So there's two things that make it change, but it's all in the same ball of wax.
I'm just curious, because like, they talk about economic development and is good for a community, and if you compare apples to apples, say this town and a similar sized town, you know, what makes ours more valuable maybe than theirs? Like, how do you, to help plan, you're planning economic development, you look to be able to increase
I don't think it
value.
really makes one town more valuable than another. It just,
Well, some towns
Right.
don't have as much taxes.
right,
Right,
and that's
like we
why,
have a big
that's
tax
totally
rate,
right.
because we have all forests.
Yeah, and so little towns, you know, they're definitely right. So in little tiny towns, it's much harder for them to marshal a highway fleet, you know, all of these big expense items, but. But
So
That-
you
what-
said that we're mostly forests, but
That's
that something is making us valuable enough to have a pretty nice
for right
budget.
now, but
I mean,
it could shift, say, say we have a lot of unemployment suddenly. Right, and so the demand for houses goes down, then we would have to raise taxes on people who are still here.
if what now?
If for some reason the market for housing and businesses
Yeah.
went down,
Mhm.
and so then the
Assessed value.
the assessed value
Yeah,
goes
sure.
down, we would still have to come up with the money, then we would have to raise the tax rate. Does that make sense?
Well,
I get it,
then-
I'm just
then
curious how it all
the
works.
tax rate would go up. We wouldn't raise it. So
Right,
I'm
the
very
tax rate
sensitive
would,
about this.
the tax rate would have to go up.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I tell people all the time, assessments don't raise your taxes. The town board does. The number we come up with that's what,
We have to get,
we're the ones
Right.
that spend the money, so.
so,
But assessments, in this case, healthy assessments, it turns out, help us keep the tax rate down.
The
yes,
tax rate, yeah.
yes, so it's a
So
balance.
people often think their assessments went up, their
Mhm.
taxes are gonna go up. It's more likely to be just the opposite. Because it grows the entire pot and it helps the town.
Right,
Adjust
It
accordingly.
balances out a lot.
Yeah.
It just,
yeah. The tax rate, like,
The assessment
year,
goes up,
like-
our town, the
Right.
tax rate can go down.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, but I'm always really careful about, you know, it's hard to. Overall, you can kind of say what's gonna happen, but for any one individual person or household. It's when these things happen. So, you know, like if you got assessed last year and then. Stuff happens, so you can't say what's gonna happen to any one. Resident at a time. Anyway, I should finish my thoughts here on the budget unless, and hope, you know. Please yell if there's questions, but. So here's the fire districts, Those are, so we've got one budget from Speedsville, we get a contract from Brookendale, and so we should get that soon. I'll have that for the final budget. So again, those tax rates are going down significantly, 20 and 31%. So, yeah, and as you said, if your assessment goes up, then it could just balance out. So the 25 levy was 1.970040, $1.97 million. This one is $2.011 million. So that's a $41,785 difference, 2.12%. And so down the bottom cells are where so with these, if we apply $416,000 and a total of $757,000, that's a lot to offset the levy. That puts us minus 0.83%, just below $16,802 below the tax cap. Again, as I said, we're going to increase that highway clerk line, so it's going to be much closer
Right, because I've got eight,
based on
my
this
state
stuff.
of two, okay,
I-
that's different.
I'm having
Got it.
trouble manipulating the spreadsheet on here, so I'm not going to do it, but
All right,
so.
Wait, is it that, so I have percentage below the tax cap is 0.04%, is that right? Is that the bottom line?
he's talking about that.
Oh,
Yours
so
changed.
that's the right one. So,
Yes, okay.
That's what you sent out earlier.
yeah, that's what I sent you, but
Okay.
I'm sorry. I think I just pulled the wrong spreadsheet off my email for this, but I just changed that one thing on
Okay.
it, so, so let me see if I
So,
can.
and either one, you're below a tax cap,
Right.
so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean,
One's by, yeah,
I could
I
do this.
just wanna make sure that like I'm looking at the right.
You are,
line, but
you are. Here, I finally, oh, don't do that.
all right.
Okay, there we go. There. Now it's on the screen. So now I'm where you are.
Great.
Minus 0.04%
okay,
below the tax cap. So the next sheet, I hope didn't mess that up. Yeah, I think it's okay.
that's the end of.
Yeah, this is it. So if you, I don't have it on this, so you have to look on the screen.
Yep.
I did need to print it out, but this is a separate, well, actually, I will go back to that spreadsheet. So first, so here are my sort of estimates of fund balance. So as of the end,
Which is up here.
Okay,
yeah,
So it's up above
Okay,
okay.
got it.
tax levy. It's
Yeah.
in the salmon color.
Town fund balance, right?
yes, great. Yeah,
Okay.
thanks, Tim. You found it, Michelle?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Town fund balance from
Yep.
8/30
That's it.
24.
Yep.
It's got a lot of the pumpkin orange and green in it. So the A fund balance and the DA fund balance are what we want to concentrate on. So at the end of July, 1.143 million in unrestricted fund balance in the A fund. And then the blue cells show 2025 expected expenses, projected expenses for 2025. So 1.279 projected revenue. So the difference is money left over. And then we're going to subtract the 400,000 that we're applying to the fund balance
Mhm.
reduction, or to the levy reduction. In the purple column, 16,200 is money that we didn't budget last year that we're gonna owe for the grant fee, which is 1% of the grant total. And so if you do all those pluses and minuses, you come out to $808,000, which is 49% of budgeted expenditures for 25. If I do the same thing for highway, it's you can see here's the 656,000 in fund balance at the end of July. Expenditures, revenues a little bit higher projected. We're going to use 341,000 to offset the levy. There's a truck coming probably early next year, so that's the 325,000. So we got to take that away. And that's going to leave us with 113,948, which is 5%. So if you combine those, it comes out to 922,000, which is 23% of budget expenditures. Our target is 15 to 20% of budget expenditures, so that's still decent. So there's the other way that I estimated it is, this is from the banking records at the end of August. So this is, the top number is savings, checking. So the total is the total amount of money we got in the bank.
Where's that?
That's just.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's sheet 3, it's not on, it's, yeah, it's
Oh, it's on there.
It's on your spreadsheet, it's on the Excel sheet I sent you.
Oh.
It's
But not on the printout, okay.
it's the third sheet on that thing, so. But if you can watch the
So I can
screen,
see this.
I can just walk
Yeah.
you through it maybe, is that okay?
Yeah.
So here's savings, 1.7 million, 62,000 in checking, the total's 1.786. So we've got to eliminate, we've got to not consider the reserve funds as part of that. They're not freely available
Right.
funds. So here's the town highway barn reserve, 383,000. Here's the town hall reserve, 124,000. And then here, so the Old Town Hall restoration here, you can see I did what you said. So I took the 375,000 and I subtracted the town hall reserve from that. So that's what we expect to spend on the town hall. So here I did do that. Here's the broadband grant fee. And
But we'll be getting, which fee is that? That's the interest fee? No.
No,
it's the fee that we have to
Oh,
pay for the
1%,
grant. It's
okay.
1%,
I got it.
and we pay 68% of it. The town of Caroline pays
Right.
68% of that. So it's 80-some thousand dollars total, and I budgeted 65,000 last year for it. So this is what
It's left,
we're
okay.
gonna have to pull out of our unrestricted reserves for that. Then this is a fund balance we used last year to reduce the levy. So that has to be taken into account. And then this is 2025 estimates Velvet gave me of expenses and revenues. So with a net of 204,733. So then here's the the highway equipment reserve is DA 233. Here's the snow plow. Here's the last year's fund balance to reduce the levy, 278,000. Here's DA fund expenses and revenues. Here's the net. So the total of unexpended funds estimated for this year comes to 336,000. The 2026 A and DA fund, let's see, how did I do that? Yeah, confused. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this is, yeah, of course, so this one, this line here, the 632,000 is the total bank funds, 1.786. Minus all of these reserve accounts plus the expenditures that the money we expect to have left over this year.
Okay,
Does that make sense? So here, if you can see,
okay, yep,
so you can see it's the before minus all those and then plus the yeah, plus B19 and plus B33. You can see B19 is left over in A fund. B33 is left over in DA fund. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So then that's 26 fund balance estimate. 2025 budget expenditures are this, so that this number is 17% of the budget expenditures. So that suggests we're about where we want to be as far as having fund balance on hand. We don't want to go lower than that. But
Okay.
So the difference between that
And
and
that.
this
yeah,
is that this doesn't take into account projected expenditures through the rest of the year. Because that is lower than this.
it is. Yeah, I know.
So
So
I'm just trying to square that.
by like 6% lower, right?
I think okay. So let's see.
I mean, it might well be that this is just something that needs to get clarified with Velvet when she comes back.
So yeah, but I think the reason is that in this one, the second one that I showed you, we've taken out the town hall restoration, which is $250,000. So that's a big,
That's a big chunk.
Big chunk.
yes, that's a big chunk.
Okay.
So I think that's part of it. So that would be.
We just want to clarify it.
Intuitively, it seems like the right percentage difference,
In terms of what?
the
What-
two numbers. That's what you're comparing, right? The two percentages in
The
terms of.
23.
Yeah, so
17.
this one I did here shows a 23% of budget
Yeah,
expenditures.
it's because of that $250,000.
Yeah, oh, I see what you're saying, yeah, intuitively, so,
Okay.
let's see, we can.
I mean, ideally, I'd like us to be more roughly 20% fund balance than 17. But
That's a big expenditure. I mean, we don't fix town hall every year.
no, I'm not talking
Yeah.
about the expenditure, I'm talking about.
Look what I just did, I put 250,000 in,
Oh,
comes out
Yeah.
to 17%,
Yeah.
Okay.
so that's what
I'm
it,
talking about ideally. I would like us to be at roughly 20% fund balance.
sure,
We're at 17, so
Yeah.
just to keep this in mind that
exactly. We can't go lower.
We can't possibly go lower, and ideally we should go higher. If we were to go higher, we would have to raise
The taxes
the taxes a little bit. But I'm just saying,
going forward.
especially with
Yeah.
the number of large capital projects we have on the horizon,
Yeah,
we have to be really prudent. We can't guarantee our 2026 capital.
I mean,
costs.
$632,000 is, it's not a huge amount of money, especially if you're budgeting for unexpected events that may happen.
This is a really dumb question. So the fund
Okay,
balance
there
is
you
what, the fund balance is what we have left over after paying all our bills. Is that right?
Yeah, it's what we have left over that's not committed.
Minus the commitments, which would be town hall and highway garage improvements,
Yeah,
are not included in that.
yeah,
So if we were to include those in this, just for the sake of comfort, they would come to, as I'm looking at this.
It would be less than 7, because you were at 17.
I thought they were.
They'd come to almost
Right.
$800,000, so that then,
but I just, what are you considering?
oh, no, because we took out the town hall improvements.
Exactly, I just wanted to clarify
Right,
that,
you're right.
and we budgeted 65,000 for the highway barns, and we have the highway barn reserve.
Right, that's what I'm
So
saying.
that's like over $500,000.
So what I'm trying to
That's
do
separate
is
from-
just, in
Okay.
addition to the fund balance,
Yeah, yeah.
70%. We also have all of our capital reserves,
Okay,
Okay.
so,
which would well bring the fund, an overall fund balance up to close to 20. So
Yeah,
that,
so-
I'm really comfortable with that.
yeah, 17% is 17% of what?
It's 17% of budgeted expenditures.
Okay.
That's,
That's what we have left
that's what
over.
the Office of the State Comptroller
Okay,
is, they, actually, they won't tell you a number, but, that's sort of what you gauge your fund balance relative to, so it does make sense, you should have kind of a constant proportion of reserves related to how much you spend in a year.
okay,
And so one of the ideas is that you should be able to get by for 2 months of the year with that amount. But the months are really variable
Need
too.
cash on hand, absolutely.
With that,
You need cash on hand.
yeah, that's right,
Absolutely.
so,
okay,
but yeah,
I think I got it.
that's a good point, that
I
we
think
do
we're-
have
I
it set
think we're
up
okay.
for, so. But yeah. So I feel pretty good about this, so I will do, bear down on looking at salary, comparative salaries, and then I had, and make the adjustments I mentioned as I reviewed for the highway clerk, and
And none of that's gonna really impact the
we,
tax cap.
yeah, we considered it here,
Yeah.
so it's all set, so. Yeah, so yeah, I think are we ready to move on? So we will, let's see how it'll work, yeah, so probably at the next meeting in October 15th, we should have part of that meeting be our budget workshops and finalize or talk about any adjustments we want to make, the things we talked about tonight.
Mhm.
Be comfortable with the cost of living number and all that stuff. That makes sense? Okay. So, okay,
So then after that, then we publish
then we'll schedule the public hearing
this public hearing
for the
for November.
next meeting, yeah. One of the November meetings, but probably the next one, early November, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna close out, so we're done with this.
With the spreadsheet, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you for bearing with me through all the Zoom and technical issues, so. It's getting late, so I will offer a resolution. To authorize additional services from Barrow Architects for the Old Town Hall renovation project. Whereas Barrow Architecture and the Town Hall renovation team have developed preliminary plans for the Old Town Hall renovation that excludes some items from original work scope and adds new ones. And whereas in accordance with the contract terms with Barrow Architecture based on work scope deletions in addition, Barrow has requested a project cost amendment not to exceed $11,860, principally for structural engineering costs to construct an enclosed stairway on the north face of the building. Therefore, be it resolved, the Caroline Town Board hereby approves this additional contract cost and authorizes the supervisor to sign the agreement. Seconded by Tim. Any questions? And I did send you I think I sent everybody the
Specs.
specs and the proposal from engineering.
Question.
Yeah.
Does the back and forth with the court that we had over email and we had questions, does that bear on this additional, do they have any feedback on that construction?
Did you get something I
No,
didn't get?
I'm just wondering.
I didn't get anything.
Okay,
Whatever I get, I forward to the board.
Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah,
I didn't get a response.
I requested feedback, so we'll certainly consider any feedback we get. It's not final yet, so we'll have another meeting with Barrow and
All right.
so there, and, so yeah,
I hope it's a positive.
shall we call for
Me too.
a vote? Yeah,
Maybe some of us don't care.
Someone seconded it already.
Tim seconded it, yeah. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Great, thank you. I always have to say that. I have to say opposed even whenever we vote for it, so sorry. Approval of the minutes of September 17th.
Good job, Jesse.
Yeah, I just.
Did you look them over?
Yep.
Okay, great. Great, yeah, thanks,
Thank you,
Jessica.
Jesse.
Thank you.
Yeah, the minutes of September 17th are hereby approved. Items for October 15th. So Dave Magar will come talk to us about the broadband project. And budget workshop. We're gonna do what we did tonight all over again. No, not, probably not.
Love budgets. Not her, the only thing.
I think if they weren't colored, I would have fallen asleep a long time ago.
Here's the- Keep you awake.
You must not like this final, yeah, fund balance.
Marty, do we need any follow-up exec? I
Um,
kinda don't think so, right?
I think it's okay.
Talking about tonight.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Anything for next month's agenda that I'm forgetting about? So the budget's a big deal.
Gonna be right before the groundbreaking. We don't need to do anything for that.
I'll report on that. Well,
Okay.
we need what?
Anything we need to do to
Yeah.
prepare for that? And we're all
Okay.
good on the new placement?
We're all good on the new
Yeah.
placement? Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
With
For the
no
replacement.
offense,
No offense, no offense, no offense.
no offense.
The hut's gonna be this way with the generator at the end.
Putting a
So-
hut and a generator in next to the town hall. We wanted a big fence around.
For the
it.
broadband system,
It was a big discussion.
cause it was in the way of the library window.
That was just.
Well, it was, I mean, yeah, it wasn't really,
It was very industrial.
and then to be clear, the librarians did not say a thing about it.
I
and
did.
But it was, to me, it was more like just the juxtaposition was visually kind of jarring. It was too tight.
We changed it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
changed it, so.
Kind
Um,
of.
And we're not talking about it, right?
and we don't talk about it?
We're not talking about it again right now.
There might be a mural. So that's-
Yeah, we might have a mural
I
On the level.
was
covered up.
in touch with this young
All
woman
right.
who was actually one of Renee's students.
Okay.
But she called me and I was busy, so we're playing for the tag. But I think what she had in mind was doing a mural for a grant whose deadline, to be completion deadline is October 31st.
Oh,
But I'll talk to them about it anyway for the future.
seems like you'd almost need it for, I have to apply next year.
Great.
Right,
If there is such a grant, it just depends, you know.
it's too bad.
There's a lot of money there. I think there might be.
There's a lot of mural money in town.
Yeah.
In the county. But we don't know. I mean, Dryden's, for example, the exterior is pebble.
Oh,
That would make for a difficult mural. It just depends on what we get. We don't know what we're gonna get.
Yeah, I kind of think it's gonna look like something like that, but
Dave said he didn't know.
yeah.
Because they're used, so we get what we get.
Although it's,
Yeah, it'll be beautiful.
It will be beautiful. It'll be there.
Just put big.
Can I offer a motion to adjourn?
Please.
second.
Seconded by Kate, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Great. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.